Egy festői német kisvárosban, Trierben vagyok, amit középkori épületek, római-kori műemlékek és aranygirlandok határoznak meg. Én mégis Afganisztán miatt utaztam ide, ebben a városban tűnt fel ugyanis fixerem, akivel másfél évvel ezelőtt a tálibok hatalomátvételéről tudósítottam még Afganisztánból. Most fogunk találkozni, hogy megkérdezzem, miért és hogyan jutott idáig, és milyen az élete egy afgánnak itt Németországban.
Okay. Hey. Are you fine?
Yeah.
How was your trip?
How was your trip? You know, last time we seen each other in the Pakistani-Afghani border.
I totally remember. From that situation, the dust and the busy street. After few months, I recover my mood and myself because of the migration problems.
Alig vártam, hogy Nasir elmesélje 7000 kilométeres utazásának részleteit. Nem gondoltam, hogy a nap végére afganisztáni utam teljesen más megvilágításba kerül.
The world actually forgot Afghanistan and put people in a very uncertain situation in Afghanistan, especially for the women. They are not allowed to come alone. They are not allowed to go to education. They are not allowed to go to work. The situation is getting worse day by day. The security issue for the former government employee was getting worse. They usually treat everyone very badly because they don't follow any standards or any human code.
How you escaped and why?
Everyone was in a situation that find a way to escape the country. I know a lot about the difficulties that migrants and refugees face during their journey from Afghanistan to Europe. A lot of people lost their lives in these illegal ways. That's why I didn't dare to decide on illegal migration. I was hopeful about the legal procedures because I have a background with migration office like ICMPD. I used to work for them. It is one of the biggest organizations in Europe. I submit my application in German embassy in Islamabad. I got a student visa from German embassy in Islamabad.
De Afganisztánban még így sem kerülhette el az illegális megoldásokat.
I purchased the visa by $1,000. When I leave Afghanistan, I talked with my father-in-law and told him that I'm going to leave Afghanistan and my wife is alone. For sometimes I need your support and I have to leave them with you. Then he told me, why not? I'm here to support you. You don't have to worry about her. Then I moved them from Kabul to my father-in-law house. Then I legally flight from Islamabad to Hamburg airport. Then from Hamburg I come here to Trier. When I came here, I just sent an email to my university that due to the situation, I want to freeze my semester. When my family come, I will restart my studies because I cannot focus. My family is in a very bad situation in Afghanistan. I directly go to the migration office and submitted an application. Usually, the first process of asylum takes a lot of time. That is identifying the IDs of refugees. That was for me easy because I came legally. Within 7 months, my asylum application accepted. I got a 3-year residency permit. Still, it's very difficult because I really love my children. Life is very difficult without them for me here. They're not going to school, they don't have their basic rights like education, walking around. I used to have a kindergarten for my child, but now it's not there because they close everything that women work for. At the beginning, even my son was asking why you are not coming to home. I told him I'm very far from Afghanistan. I cannot come easily to Afghanistan. They told me if you cannot, then I will come for you. I told him, wait, my son, I'm working on your documents, maybe soon you will come here.
Egykori fixerem története azonban ritka kivétel. Még családtagjai is illegálisan vágtak neki az útnak.
My smaller brother is still, he is on the way. He is 28 years old. He is married, he has 3 children. I tried to convince him to do not come illegally. Be patient, I will go to a university, I will get an admission for you as well, then you will come. Then he told me that, you know, that I used to work for the electricity department there, and Taliban are in search of me. Maybe if I go back, they will kill me. That's why I have to find another way. We also heard the same news from people that Belarus will easily allow people to go to Poland, and from Poland easily people can come to Germany. Migrants, mafia find a way to facilitate illegal migration. So he decided to go first legally from Afghanistan to Iran. He got a Russian student visa from Iran, paying $4,000 for invitation from university. If you have a Russian visa, then you can come easily to Belarus. Still, he is in Belarus, unfortunately. Last night I received a message from him that the Belarus police capture us and grant us a just 15 days visa and told us you have to leave our country, otherwise we will deport you to your country. He told me more than 1,000 Afghan family are still in Belarus. Everyone is trying to find a way to come here.
Nasir képtelen volt megmaradni az interjú alany szerepében. Szolgálatba helyezte magát, és a téren átvágó honfitársait kérdezte helyzetükről. Egyre világosabb lett, hogy az afgán menekülteknek még Németországban is bizonytalan a helyzet.
No, yo solo resaltam 1 year to came from Afghanistan to this place. Yeah. He says he used to be in Hungary. He jumped from that net and crossed the border of Hungary. The Hungarian police tried to catch them and they escaped from them. The first decision of asylum application, they rejected him because of his fingerprint in Austria. And right now he is very concerning about his situation because he has a rejection document. Oh, he is manager in McDonald's here.
Oh,
see?
Really?
Yeah. He actually live here since 80 years. He is still not recognized as a refugee. He said majority of the guys I know, they receive a 1 year acceptance letter. Here is like a dead city. There is no one in the streets. Everyone rests in their homes. In Muslim community, people are very connected with one another. But here, people are like much focused on individualism. Everyone is working on himself alone. Every culture has its own beauties. Like in Afghanistan, we have a very good culture of hospitality. As you remember how they openly invite you for the dinner and how they were interested to give you information about their own life. At the beginning it was very difficult for me. Even I was depressed because of the situation, because of these differences.
Nasir megmutatta a helyet, ahol a szabad idejét tölti. Egy vízparti sétányt, ahol egyedül üldögél, vagy a német nyelvtanfolyam feladatait körmöli. Magányos élet rajzolódott ki előttem.
I usually come because it's on my classway. I can sit here and do my course assignments. Then I will go by walk. On the other side of the river there is an institute. I'm going to study German language there.
So how do you feel yourself here?
Life is very difficult without true friends here. On the other side, my family is in Afghanistan, and here I'm feeling here very alone, worrying a little bit about my future career here. If I didn't find a job, then what should I do?
You ever thought about going back to Afghanistan?
I will never think about this, that I will go back. I invested all my life in education. When I finished the school, I directly go to the university. Before collapse of the government of Afghanistan, that was my plan, that I will go for a PhD to abroad countries, especially in UK and Germany. Then after receiving my PhD, I will come back to my country and will be a university professor. But now I see that was all like a dream. We lost everything in one day, and a lot of our plans goes. Since I have 2 children, I don't want this happen to my children as well. At the beginning, it was very difficult for me. I don't have enough information about are they friendly people with the refugees or not. I said to a lady who was working in an organization, I told him that this paper is in German language. Could you please tell me what is this for? He told me, you are in Germany, you have to read this. I'm not here for you to read this. These type of behaviors usually for a newcomer would be very disappointed. But by time passing, you will learn that they are very strict to their own work or time. They don't want to give their own time for anyone else. That is their culture. Here I am learning German language 5 days in a week, from Monday to Friday. I usually sit here. In public, we usually not facing discrimination. Government system, there is a very systematic discrimination between Afghan refugees, between Ukrainian refugees, even our teachers from Ukraine. The Foreign Affairs Office told me that Ukrainians are on our top priority. We work on their case first. After that, we will work on your case. What is different between me and Ukrainian refugee?
Afgán barátom meghívott otthonába. Itt szembesültem azzal, hogy menekülésének köze volt az én afganisztáni munkámhoz is.
My way every day I'm going in this way and come back to the class. The top of the mountain, it was built by the Romans. Finding a flat or apartment is like rocket science here in Germany. When I applied through the application, the comments I receive usually they say you're jobless and we're not interested to rent our apartment to you. I live with other people. There is 2 other families. I pay around 500 euros for just 1 room. Yeah, actually, this is our living room. We usually welcome our guests here.
Very good tea. It's cardamom, is
yeah,
it? Yeah,
cardamom mix of green tea.
Were there any part of our journey back in Afghanistan that was kind of dangerous? When we were stopped by the Taliban fighters, you know, in the middle of the road, and they were circling us with the guns.
I was afraid that it would be danger. Maybe they will ask us to go with them to their station and they will investigate us.
I started to be amazed how many guns they get from the Americans, you know. Then they started to show their guns to us, like in a kindergarten, like children come and show their toys. That was the point when the atmosphere has changed.
I know the Taliban are a little bit crazy people. Later, he created a lot of problem for me. Several times he called me and gave his WhatsApp number. He was one of the top Taliban intelligence officers in the north of Afghanistan. One of the reasons that I leave the country because of him. He tried to reach you. He trying a lot to call me. He said, where is that Budapesti journalist?
So he was searching for me after I left?
Even for me. I told him, no, I don't want to come and I don't want to talk with him. It's better to leave the country because if I meet him in person, maybe they jailed me. They doubted me like a spy. And that was the situation after you leave the country, what I faced there.